Hi, everybody. I'm Tanya Baldwin from Mind, Body, Spirit, Healthy Self, and also from Trauma Talk. And each day I go live in various places. You might be catching me on Facebook. And if you are catching me on Facebook, if you go to StreamYard, www.streamyard.com/Facebook, you can allow StreamYard to have access to your username so that I can see your username when you come up. But if you haven't done that, then you'll have to tell me who you are when you comment, just so that I know. And if you're interested in having a card pulled for you for today, just let me know that as well. I definitely will have some time because I'm not rushing off to another job. This is my life now. Yay! Taking big risks and chances and going all in on myself is going to pay off, right? That's what we believe. Hi, Adita. I love you, girlfriend, and I will definitely pull a card for you. First, though, will be the general reading, which I am just about to go through. So I pulled 2 oracle cards and a tarot card for the general reading. It's just, these are my 3 favorite decks. I got a bunch of new decks yesterday, and I can't wait to showcase some of them. But for right now, we're going to stick with the same 3. I might incorporate something else going forward, but we'll see. So the first card that I pulled was Clean It Up, number 21. But I pulled this in protection mode, so I'll give the general message, and then I'll read the protection morning. Good morning, Sarah. How are you? So the essential meanings: getting to the core of a situation, freedom from a burden, cleaning house, sweeping away what is no longer needed. The oracle's message: ever feel so bogged down with emotional gunk that you can't think straight? Could you be surrounded by physical clutter in your home? I feel called out by that. Just if you saw my kitchen table right now, very called out by that. Physical clutter in your home. Also, too much work, overwhelmed, time to clean house. Every item out of place natters away at you. Every unresolved resentment, every comparison to other that leads to a sense of lack takes up energetic space. Every unpaid bill just adds to an unnecessary feeling of being overwhelmed. Now is the time to free yourself by energetically cleaning house. Just do it. Make room for the miracles that are lining up for you. Now, in protection, the message is it possible you may be focusing too much on other people right now, trying too hard to be helpful? Does taking on what belongs to others make you feel needed or desired? We do that, right? Out of our trauma response. We were made to be responsible for other people's emotions as children, oftentimes, right? In a lot of homes where we were parentified, we were made responsible for our parents' emotions, right? Because you did that, I'm angry. It's your fault that that I'm feeling this way, or you could do something. If you just behaved well, I wouldn't be getting so upset, right? If you just did the things I asked you to, right? There's so many ways that our parents enforce that view that they have to be responsible for our feelings, or they come to us and they talk about relationship issues. And when they do that, that puts that burden on us that we feel like we have to solve everybody's problems, right? So and being too helpful, there is that, we talk about it all the time about it has to be give and take. It can't be just give, because eventually you run out of energy. You run out of, the stuff that you can keep giving. You have to receive as well. And the same thing, you can't just receive all the time. So perhaps does taking on what belongs to others make you feel needed or desired? Perhaps you think it's your calling to relieve people of their burdens, but what is it costing you and to them? Don't clean up someone else's side of the street. You're not helping by freeing him or her of responsibility. You're also not doing yourself any favors, and you just might be adding to an even greater strain. You're loved as you are. You don't need to be needed to be loved. That's a very, very important message. You do not need to be needed to be loved. And I had that, when we're talking about wins. So one of the things, the challenge that I'm doing right now, and I'll post more information about it coming forward, but it'll be in my Mind, Body, Spirit, Healthy Self group. So if you're not a part of that, let me know and I can definitely add you to it. But I'm going to be doing a challenge where each day, it's bedtime routine that we're going to get into doing, and there'll be accountability partners for it. But it will be looking at what were your wins for the day, wins, gratitudes, whatever goals. I'm definitely cleaning my kitchen. Good plan. I mean, I just moved across the country. I'm in the process of grabbing. Hi, Amarpreet. I'm in the process of grabbing stuff to make this place a home for the next 6 months while I'm renting here, and of course, it's creating clutter. I'm bringing stuff in and then dispersing it into different spaces. So, and I have been working on it. I did quite a bit yesterday, but I definitely have more to do today to get it definitely more organized. But I also had an event in the Divine Feminine Healing Collective. And when I have an event, I always have more oracle cards and stuff that I pull from. So I have a bunch of cards all over the table. But today I'm going to go get my altar. I'll be able to set it up. Yay! I'm so happy about that. So let's see what the second card was that I pulled. And this one might have a good message for someone. Closing doors, number 5, completion. Endings, completion, your greater calling. When the closing door shows up, it's a call to recognize an ending, to terminate a relationship, job, task, or situation that has been dragging on far too long. Unlock the cage you have been trapped in and shut the door behind you. This is not the time to worry about what others might think or feel. Instead, break with routine, consider what you think and how you feel, and be true to your heart's calling. It's time to walk out the door. If you do not see a door, but only a solid wall in front of you, ask for assistance. Muster the courage to say no more. Remember as well that no one else needs to be wrong in order for you to do what you've known you needed to do for a long time. If the door to a project or a relationship has been closed to you, stop knocking on it. Right? I've been there. I had 3 relationships, and it took a long time for me to leave them because I come from an anxious attachment space more than anything, and then I have some avoidant issues as well. So because I'm disorganized, but for the most part, I operate in that anxious attachment state because to me, I had worth because I was in a relationship. I had value, I had belonging, and that's how I proved that I was lovable. I was lovable because I had somebody that I was in a relationship with, whether they loved me appropriately or not. And the relationship could be toxic and unhealthy and all of that stuff, but I would stay there. And if they broke up with me, I'd be like, please don't leave me, please stay. And I literally would beg and plead for someone to stay. And oftentimes it would work. And then I would spend another year or 2 in a relationship that wasn't for me because I was too afraid to be alone. I love being alone now. I love it. You know what's great about being alone? Freedom. I have the freedom to do what I want to do at any point in time. And I love myself. So that's where I get the love now, is through my own heart. So this is a good message. If you've been knocking on a door, let it close, let it shut. It's not for you. What's for you will come to you, and it can't be taken away. And when we oftentimes close the one door, what does open is way better, way better. So, take this as a gift, difficult and painful as it might be. Move on. Every door that shuts is an invitation to find another way, another path to your destination. Better to recognize this earlier rather than later. How many of us leave a relationship or job years after we knew it was time to move on? Many times. Stop wallowing in the pain and lingering on the reasons why things didn't work out. It is keeping you from your greater calling. Bow deeply before that closed door, give thanks to the lesson, and set yourself free. And I do that now. Anytime something comes up and it's a closed door, I ask myself, what are the lessons that I was learning? What did I learn from this experience? And how can I move forward with that lesson? Right? So, if somebody doesn't stick in my life, I also think of it as they're just not meant for me. That's just a situation that's not mine. That's not meant for me. What's meant for me will come and it will stay. And I won't have to fight for it. I won't have to beg for it. I won't have to plead for it. It will just come to me and it will feel right and normal and be true. So the next card that I pulled was the 8 of Swords. So this is from the tarot deck. And I have to pull from this deck just because I love the cards so much. I think they're just gorgeous, gorgeous paintings. So Lightseer, feeling stuck, a time to open your eyes to unveil the truth, having more options than you thought, an opportunity to let go of an old story. Shadow seer, being a victim, feeling helpless, using your stories or past experiences as excuses to remain shackled. This is a gentle reminder that you create your reality, and we do. Look beyond the veil of illusion that your current limitations are projecting. If you're feeling trapped with no path forward, remember that this too is a perspective that can be lifted. When you choose sovereignty over victimhood, you become the fierce wielder of choice. You can free yourself from your shackles and shift your outcome dramatically by accepting that you are the one person who is responsible for your happiness. We give it away to everybody else. We make, like, well, I'm not happy in my relationship. Well, then that maybe isn't the relationship for you, but are you happy in yourself? Because that's where you have to be happy. When you're happy in yourself, then what they are is them. That's their lane, and you stay in your own lane. I mean, it's not my responsibility to make somebody else happy. It's their responsibility to be happy, and for my responsibility for me to deal with my happiness, and together we can have a good relationship built on that. Create infinite portals of possibility by becoming the solution. We are never really stuck. Nurture your soul and spend the time you need to transmute any feelings of helplessness. While we can't control every experience that is put on our path, sorry, when my mouse is highlighting on the column, on the comment thing, it actually covers it up so I can't see what it says. It mutes it. So I had to move it out of the way. Hi, Amanda. How are you? I'm definitely feeling better. Let go of old stories and be vigilant of any wallowing, low vibe thoughts that you may be holding on to. Reframe your experiences as lessons and choose to heal. I am free to choose my healing and my light is what the message is on that card. And we have choice, right? And oftentimes we have to experience the struggles. We have to experience the pain, because it's in the struggles and the pain that we decide to change. Right? If the struggle wasn't as bad, you stay longer, right? Sometimes, and I used to talk about, like, whether you believe in God or spirit or source, whatever you want to call it. But I used to say that I was so stubborn that God would give me a nudge, would give me a shove. Like my partner, he had a friend that was a girl that there was, like, he flirted with very sexually with. And I was like, yeah, I'm a strong person. I'm not going to tolerate this in my relationship. And I laid down the gauntlet, and I'm not going to tolerate this behavior. And I came home for a visit, and he broke up with me while I was home for my visit. And I still, after I went back, I begged basically to work things out. And we worked through things. Later on, that girl ended up, like, still being in his life, still being his best friend. He talked to her probably more than he talked to me. And I stuck around because I kept thinking, like, I had to stay in that relationship. I had to stay in that relationship. But I felt like God was just like, here's another push. And I would look at that and go, yeah, it hurts. Yeah, this situation hurts. It feels uncomfortable, but it's, for me, still better than being alone. I'm not ready to, recognize that maybe this relationship isn't for me. There's all the what ifs and just maybe, and, well, maybe if he did this, or maybe if we did this, or, like, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. I mean, he's not really sleeping with her. They're just, like, really good friends. And, like, it's my issue. I'm the one that has, and all the ways that relationships unveil, issues. People making other people be responsible when they're not, or manipulating, or, things like that. And I just kept staying, and I kept staying. So the pushes kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, until the push is big enough that it hurts enough, or you get fed up enough, or you get angry enough. Like, something has to happen through the struggles where you finally stand up and say, enough is enough. I don't want to feel this way anymore. And it's worth it to jump into the unknown and to push myself through that state of unknown, because on the other side, there really is better. Even if there's not a relationship, being alone and being happy and healthy and in control of your life is better than being in a relationship that is toxic and unhealthy. But we don't see that, especially if you have, like I did with the anxious attachment disorder, where I really felt like my value was inherently placed in somebody else. I had to be in a relationship to have value and to feel loved. So that was a big lesson that I had to learn, and I was stubborn. So God kept pushing and giving me more pain and more pain and more pain until the pain was great enough that I was like, I don't want this anymore. I'm willing to jump into the unknown. So, and we can't save people from their suffering. They have to experience that on your own. How many times, even with smoking, right? With smoking, how many times is there, it's bad for you. And people will come along and be like, why do you smoke? Like, that's so bad for you. Like, there's all these different ways that you can quit. And we make all these stories in our minds about why we're still smoking. Oh, well, I like smoking. I actually like smoking. Oh, you like smoking. Okay. Right. They won't, it has to come to a point where inherently within yourself, you see the problem or you feel the pain to the point where you don't want to do it anymore before you're going to make the changes. We can't force them to. Right. So that's that whole message about cleaning it up, right? Cleaning it up and staying in your own lane. We can't clean up everybody else's life. We can only deal with ours. And sometimes the door that closes is the best door. So Adita, I will pull your card for you. And if anyone else wants a card, just let me know your name in case I can't see it, because right now, everybody that's commented, it just says Facebook user. And I appreciate everyone that's put their name down to let me know who you are. And I love you, ladies. Thank you so much for joining me. So for Adita, let's see what we get. And I hope I'm saying that right. I feel like I'm saying it close to right, but maybe off a little bit. Oh. This one comes up a lot. Absolutely, right? We tolerate so much bad behavior. Eddie. Hi, Eddie. Why? Number 31. I get this card quite a few times for people. So let's see what why is all about. It is about asking questions. It's about understanding too, right? And it's number 31, and 31 would be for. Oh, went a little too far. There we are. Actually had my thumb on it. I'm still scrolling forward the other way. So the essential meanings, motives, driving intention, the power of knowing why. There is a great power in understanding your motives right now. The oracle asks you to be very clear about why you're asking this question, looking for this answer, behaving in this way, and most important, making this choice. Knowing your why is the key to fulfillment. When you're clear about it, your intention will then be a magnet for miracles. Motives define the nature of your experience. When you think about something, feel it, and then act on it. This invisible why is the life force energy within the seed, which brings it to life and holds the potential for growth. Relationship message. We don't always know why we engage in our relationships in the way we do, mostly because our feelings aren't always logical. Now is the time to recognize whether you're being triggered by someone else or if your behavior is motivated by unresolved issues in the past. When you ask yourself, why am I feeling like this? And why did I say that? And spend some time in introspection, the answers may be surprising. Listen to the message from your intuition, from the knowing deep within you. What does it tell you about yourself and others? In the end, life is all about being loved. Miracles and a deep understanding of your needs and how to get them met are the buried treasures of the why. Uncover them by posing the most powerful question you can ask yourself and your partner today. Why? Prosperity message. So this is work, this is personal development, all of those areas, investments, stuff like that, your career. So prosperity message. Knowing the motives behind your career and creative ventures is the ticket to your greatest success. It's time to ask yourself some probing questions. Are you driven by a desire to serve? Does your prosperity impact the greater good? When you envision your most prosperous life, are you guided by a sense of purpose or by a need to make money, acquire things, save for the future, or all of these? No motive is bad or good, but having agendas hidden from yourself will lead to disappointment and possibly failure. Be clear about why you want to do the things you do. If the motives are true, accept them. If they are not, change them so you can step into your extraordinary life. So there you go. It's just about getting clear on what your motives are. And again, I really want to focus on that statement. No motive is incorrect. No motive is bad. No motive is wrong. There's nothing wrong with wanting to, have a company that's successful so that you can have a comfortable life that you can have freedom, that you can have nice things. There's nothing wrong with having those things or wanting those things. It's just being clear about why you're doing things so that you understand that is part of the motive, and there's nothing wrong with that. I want to have a nice house that is by a lake. Not this, I mean, this house would be absolutely great for me to have, right? But I mean, it's not for sale, so that's not even an option. I'm just renting right now. And it's, but I want, I know what I want for my life, and that's part of my why, because I want these things, and my career, my company is the why, is what's going to help me to afford the things that I want. But I also have that service base because there are lots of things that I want to do with what I create, right? I want to get there. So yeah, I hope that helped. So if anybody else wants a card, just let me know. I'm more than happy to pull a card for you and give you some direction this morning, because I don't have to rush out the door. Right now, I'd be getting pretty close to it. I started at right around 7. So that gave me, which 7 in Alberta, it's 9 in Ontario. This is working out so well for me. I feel like I get 2 extra hours in my morning that I didn't get before. And I do, because now I can get up at 7 and I'm not starting my live until 9. So it's perfect. I will definitely pull a card for you, Amanda. I let my coffee get a little cold. It's in that in-between stage. You can drink iced coffee or hot coffee, but when it gets to that almost where it's the temperature of your mouth, where it's just like, So for Amanda. And for everybody that's in the Divine Feminine Healing Collective, I did do the live last night for the check-in for the waxing moon, and it wasn't a typical experience that I normally do, but it was a good experience for sure. So check it out. And I showed off my new decks of cards, so I will be posting the pictures from the card pull that I did last night for the collective for the waxing moon. And then stay tuned as well for some more information. And I'm gonna grab my phone here in a minute. Oddly enough, I didn't bring it to the table with me because I don't think I'm seeing all the comments. I think some of the groups, it doesn't show up here. Happy. I pulled this one recently, and I can't remember if I pulled it for me or if I pulled it maybe even for you or for somebody else. I did pull it in the protection state though. So if anyone else wants a card, just comment. And like I said, I will have to step out of frame because for some reason I didn't bring my phone with me, which is odd. I'm like trying to look around and think, did I leave it on the counter? Did I leave it in the bedroom? Did I leave it in the bathroom? I was doing a lot of stuff this morning. But anyway, we'll read Happy, which is number 26. So that would be an 8. And in protection mode. So I will snag it so I can make sure that I'm seeing any other comments that might be coming up. So happy, essential meanings, joy and contentment, a sense of fulfillment, a feeling that all is well. Oracle's message, your desires are effortlessly fulfilled now. Find joy in the present moment, whatever is happening, and be satisfied with things as they are. You're free from the shackles of longing and able to experience the liberation that comes from actually being happy moment to moment, for you have chosen happiness over yearning for it. Now is the time for feeling joy for the sake of joy and experiencing contentment. None of this is because of something outside yourself. Your happiness is a result of your being at one with Spirit's plan for your life. All is well. The tide is in for now. Enjoy playfully splashing in it. So the protection message is, lighten up, because this is the time to be ridiculous and silly. See the world through the eyes of a clown, and don't take yourself or any situation right now too seriously. Have fun, be playful, and make laughter the order of the day. You'll be surprised by how everything just seems to fall into place when humor leads the way. Being happy and lighthearted is a wonderful icebreaker. Life is meant for play as well as work, for laughter as well as tears, for celebration as well as focus. Spirit wants to sparkle through you today. Smile and enjoy each breath and each moment. Miracles lie in the silly things today. Well, there you go. I love being silly and having fun and playing around. So, and we're far too serious far too serious. Hi, Sadie. Would you like me to pull a card for you and see if we can get... And hi, Tara. Nice. I will pull a card for you, Tara. Sadie, if you'd like a card, just let me know. Right? Always be... I'm a child at heart. I don't even prescribe to age. I hate saying my age because I don't think that it's relevant. It's just time's not the way that we think of time, and I don't know what I'm supposed to be like at the years that I'm at. So, I'm just young at heart and love being that way. Okay, so first I'm going to pull a card for Tara, and then I'll pull one for you, Sadie, okay? Hi, Tara. All right, I feel like I can... This is a great message. Breathe. And breathe is number 29, so that's 11, and that's the one number that we don't break down further. 11's, we don't make an 11 a 2. Right? Like my birthday is December 6th, and on that day I turned 48, and I'm like, what does that even mean? Like, I don't feel like that at all. Like, I feel like I'm in my 20s still. Like, I don't know. And I don't know what that's supposed to feel like anyway. So 29. Breathe. So this is your message, Tara. Essential meanings: patience, waiting, going slowly, wellness, meditation, trust. Patience in all things is called for right now. What do you need to do when you're in a rush? Slow down, of course. Meditate and trust. Breathe and repeat. Humans cannot exist without drawing breath. Now is the time to allow the life-giving element of air to replenish your body, your being, and your very essence. Stop to smell the roses. Breathe in the sunlight and release the darkness, and miracles will appear. Relationship message: don't be in too much of a hurry right now. The heart needs time to open. Take a breath and let nature take its course. Release constriction and anxiety, for there is no need for tension. Savor the moment, and the waiting won't prove difficult. Your heart knows what the ego often resists learning. Patience pays off in deep and meaningful ways. And if you're looking at prosperity or career, and that's where your questions are, you have worked long and hard. Your dreams are coming to fruition, and you want to hurry things along. You are the slow one, moving languidly, yet still progressing right now in a rhythm dictated by your authentic nature, the essence of your dream, and the will of the universe. Slow and steady wins this race. You will indeed win if you relax, stay the course, trust your intuition, and breathe. So I hope that message resonates with you, Tara, and let me know if that sounds familiar. But I think we all should have the message of just breathe, right? It's so important, part of our day, right? We're always go, 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 go. And we've been made by many times to be, and especially unfortunately for some of us, if you grew up in a home with a narcissistic parent, that narcissistic parent is going to have a wonderful day, Amanda. Love you. Love you. Have a wonderful day. And I wish you all the best for your day. When we grow up with a narcissistic parent, they make us believe that our value is in our accomplishments and our achievements, and especially how those accomplishments and achievements really validate their experience or their life, right? You are achieving. You're a high achiever. Look at all the stuff that you did. And when they talk about you in public, it's like, this is my daughter. She's so smart. She gets straight A's, and she's on, she plays volleyball competitively, and she does this, right? Like, and it's all about your accomplishments and how amazing you are on that front. That's so your value becomes inherent in those things. So we've learned we have to be doing and doing and doing. And society really makes us feel like we have to always be in a go, 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 go state. But we don't. We need to rest. We need to rejuvenate. If we're always going, we're going to burn out. And most of us are running towards that. So this is for you, Sadie. I hope you're still here so that you can hear the message. And if not, the recording does get posted. So just review through it. Lots of love. All right, Sadie. That one right there. So Sadie, the card that I pulled for you is number 50, No Place Like Home. And I pulled this in the protection state, so upside down. So let's see what number 50 is, which 50 would come down to a 5 if you want to look up the number 5 to see if that number also, the message numerology 5, what the message would be for you as well. So then you can get 2 messages from it. But I'm going to read you the essential meaning and then what the protection message is, okay? So no place like home, essential meanings, authenticity, coming home to yourself, feeling at home, arriving at a place where you just fit, being comfortable in your own skin. The oracle's message: home feels safe and secure. It's a comfortable place to rest and create, a place that is known and you can call yours. This card signals that your ability to trust yourself and feel at home in your own skin is beginning to solidify as you claim your dignity and integrity, aspects of yourself no one can take away from you. You know who you are. You hold your head high, yet with neither pride nor humility. Instead, you stand as the observer, seeing through the eyes of your soul. This puts you in a position of power and strength. Authenticity is your home. You are safe here in the house of your spirit and spirit. The protection message: there are times when what is familiar and known is not the best choice. Human beings are memory-driven creatures, and we all look for certainty, for what we know, even in the qualities we seek in other people and in external conditions, are expressed in unhealthy ways. Avoid being too eager to find home. Choose something unfamiliar and trust that you will find a new normal that supports your spirit. Remember, if you do what you did, you'll get what you got. Do the opposite of what feels right, even if it's uncomfortable, because what feels right is really what feels familiar, and you will attract and be drawn to the very things you don't want anymore. This time will not be different unless you do something different. And that's a huge message, like such an important message, right? We are consistent creatures. I mean, how many of us get up and we do the exact same routine every morning, right? And I was listening to an audiobook. So one of the things I love to do when I'm driving is listen to audiobooks. And when I was driving across Canada, I had 40 hours of audiobooks to listen to. Mind you, I didn't listen to audiobooks the entire time because when you get tired, listening to audiobooks isn't a good thing. I'd have to sing then. But the audiobook that I was listening to, and it was talking about, like we get up in the morning and, like you get up, you shut your alarm off, you get out of bed, you grab your phone, maybe you go to the bathroom first, right? And then you come and you drink your coffee, you do your morning things, and then you go to the bathroom and you brush your teeth and you start with, and if you're right-handed, you start with the top right. And I was like, I never even thought about that I do. I brush my teeth starting in the top right and go around, right? So we're so habitual that we can actually, we do all of these things exactly the same way each and every day. But if you get up in the morning and the first thing you do is you shut off and you go through your whole day and everything's exactly the same and you just keep going in this repetitive circle of every day being the same, how do we think that there's going to be any change in our life, right? If I always pick a guy who has these same characteristics, how am I going to have a different relationship than any of the relationships that I had before? If I keep picking the same type of places, and oftentimes it's because we haven't changed. We haven't changed in ourselves. So we keep finding that same thing that keeps triggering us because that's the push, right? I'm going to keep pushing you in the same way. So if I go to a job and the job is toxic, then I don't leave that job. I stay and I stay and I stay. I succumb to that toxic environment. Then I decide, you know what, I've had enough. I'm going to go to a new environment. But if I haven't changed myself, I go to that new environment. And next thing you know, it's toxic again. So then I become in this belief of everywhere I go, all the jobs are toxic. There's just all these toxic work environments, not recognizing that I need to change myself, because when I change myself inside, then I'll find a different role outside. I'll go to a job and I won't find the toxic workplace because I will see it for what it is very easily. And I can tell you from experience that that does happen. I've had numerous toxic environments in my life, and toxic environments in relationships, and toxic environments in work. And the reason why was because my unresolved trauma, my anxiety, my depression, the ways that I had it put things in place to protect myself weren't protecting me as an adult. They were creating more unhealthiness around me because I was unhealthy internally. And once I worked on that stuff, I was able to step forward into roles where there wasn't toxicity. The last work environment I had was the best environment that I'd ever been in. I loved the people that I worked with. It was an amazing experience. And I ended up stepping away from that to do my company, but nonetheless, those experiences, they do happen. So if you want something different, you have to in fact be different. You have to do things differently to get to that new space, right? You have to work through those things that keep allowing you to show up in the same situations over and over again. On natural earth energy. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot going on energetically. I mean, everything's energy. This is energy, right? When you think about, we learn in school, right? Atoms, and they're all, like they're all moving, right? A ton of in just how close they are and how quickly they're vibrating is the difference between how solid the thing is, right? But it's all energy. And that's how this works, is through energy. This is energy. I'm energy. And when I'm feeling the energy of the cards, that's it. And I can feel energy from you guys through this way because we're connected, right? I don't need to be sitting in your space to feel you be present. So yeah. So if anyone else wants a card, please put in a comment and I will do a card for you this morning. Probably going to jump off shortly if nobody comments. And then I also want to jump out of frame real quick here and grab my phone just in case I missed comments on any of my any of the spaces that it's being posted to. And yeah, but I think we've gotten a lot of really good messages today. And stay tuned as well for the information on the new challenge that I'm going to be setting up. And if you're not part of my Facebook group, Mind, Body, Spirit, Healthy Self, just let me know and I will add you to that group. It's a group that shares a lot of things about trauma wellness, like healing yourself, around anxiety, depression, and just things with mind, body, and spirit, healthy stuff for those three aspects so that you have a healthy life, is what that group is about. You're welcome, Sadie. I hope that message helped you. The best thing that I can say is being healthy, right? Being healthy is being authentic and loving yourself. And when you do that stuff for you, then you step forward. Right? You step forward and you'll start to align yourself with more healthiness and more love out in your environment. You'll be that magnet for it because your energy is going to be resonating at that frequency of happiness. And it's a magnet. You're going to bring the stuff to you that you need to bring to you. So give me 1 second to jump out of frame and grab my phone so I can check if anybody was asking for a card in one of the groups and I just couldn't see their comments. And if anyone's on right now wants to pull a card for them, let me know. Okay. Back again. Back again. Yeah, in my healing, becoming authentically who I am has been the best thing. It has been the best thing that I've ever done to get healthy and happy. Okay, so on that one, Oh, Linda. Hi, Linda. I don't know if you're still there, Linda. If you are, I can see you now. I don't know why this one, and this seems to be like my main profile that doesn't, I did see Tara's. Hi, Cecilia. How are you? Cecilia, I'll pull you a card too. So I have Cecilia and Linda that I will pull a card for. I don't know why they don't show up on here, but I will pull a card for both of you ladies, lovely ladies. If you're still here, and even if you're not, oh, amazing. I love runes. I was actually going to look to get into doing runes. But right now, I mean, if you saw my table, I have right in my space right here, I have 7 oracle card decks and 1 tarot card deck. And that's not even the length of or the depth of everything that I have. Today, I'll be going to a storage unit and I will be grabbing the rest of my stuff. So I do have a couple more. I think I have 2 more tarot decks, but then I don't know how many more oracle decks, at least 2 in the storage unit, maybe more. So I have a lot of decks, but I love them. They're beautiful and they all have different meanings and different messages. So this one here is for Cecilia. Love you, girl. Back in Ontario where you are too. This is the one. Ah, perfect. Oh, nice. Somebody actually, it was funny. I called myself a witch to somebody and they immediately went, "Oh, you're a white witch." And I was like, maybe. I mean, I'm a witch, but we can call it white. Don't know. So for Cecilia, I have exchanging gifts. Number 27. And I know what the message behind this card is because I've pulled it a few times for other people and for myself as well. But let's read the message out. So essential meaning, the law of giving and receiving, currency, trade-offs, weighing costs and determining value. The oracle's message, you are entering into a productive and enriching time when all manner of opportunities are being offered to you. You have everything you need to seize them, yet in order to honor them, you must put in the time, exchange your experience and skills, and commit heart and soul to what you're choosing to pursue. You can do it. You have what it takes to be successful if you align with the law of giving and receiving. You must engage in a dance of give and take, push and pull, doing and being. If you let fear guide your choices, you could deplete yourself or create an imbalance. This is not a time of just do, do, do. Use your currency wisely and be mindful of the value others bring to your life, right? And we do get into, especially service, those service-oriented people. I know that I have to watch that I'm not give. There has to be that, you have to step into that state of receiving, being open to receive what's coming to you, not just give to other people, right? So it's a very important message for especially us givers, right? There's a lot of us that are givers. And there's that statement, givers need to know their limits because takers don't have any, right? And it's so true. People that are used to just taking and taking and taking, they're never going to stop taking because they're getting stuff. They're getting all this, their needs met. They're getting everything given to them. So they're never going to stop taking as long as you're willing to give it. So you have to be the one to say, wait, I've given enough, and step into that. I'm going to receive now. So if you were looking in a relationship area, the message is love is an exchange of life force energy between two beings. It grows exponentially when it's reciprocated. You must give and receive in order for love to flourish and abundance to flow between you. Spirit wants you to start accepting all the blessings waiting for you, as well as offer the same gift in return. Open your heart and allow it to be filled. Let love in and let it flow out of you too. Love is truly yours today. And the prosperity message. So if you're looking at your entrepreneurship, your career or creative endeavors, personal development, that kind of area, all your hard work and efforts, your commitment to learning, creating, and spending your time wisely pay off in ways you may not have been anticipating. The gifts of yourself, your time, your ideas, and the energy of your intentions are being reciprocated by the universe, which is sending you signs and signals, aligning synchronistic meetings and opportunities to bring you success and more. Everything is an exchange. Keep doing what you're doing. Goodwill comes back tenfold. And I love that message for you, Cecilia. And if you didn't see it, I'll put a comment down and let you know that the card that I pulled. And I'll do the same thing for Linda in case Linda's not watching anymore, because I'm not sure exactly what time you guys put those messages on that I didn't see. I just want to pluck that card in there. So I won't be pulling exchanging gifts for Linda because I'm holding the card as a space holder. It's not in the deck now, but that's okay. There's other cards that have similar meanings. So this card's for you, Linda, my love, and I will definitely share the cards in the message, since, like I said, I don't know if you're still here because I'm not seeing the message, but I will check. Yeah, it's weird that it's my profile that's not showing up on here from the messages, but let's. Yeah, and I got apparently the card that I read for you this morning, Breathe. I gave that for Tara. So that message was for you as well. So breathe, breathe. And definitely set up an appointment with me because you were supposed to have a call. Okay, so set up an appointment with me. Hey, I don't know who Heya is, but hey, we can do what is it? Outcast, is that the one that does the Heya? Or I can't remember how it goes. Could always sing to you. If anybody else wants a card, I know there's two. It shows that apparently there's two people viewing. But if you want a card, just let me know your name and that you'd like a card, and I'll pull a card for you today. I'm not going to reread the message for Breathe, Linda, but I will post the card with your, like, underneath your message that you would like a card, and I will take a picture of the what it says inside the book so that you can review it again if you'd like, or just go back to when I read the message. I think it was for Tara that got the Breathe card as well. Hi, Diana Fraser. How are you, love? I'll definitely get you a card. So that went from being the temperature of my mouth to being slightly cooler. It's not getting any better. I need hot water. So Diana. So is it Diana or Deanna? Like or Dion? There's different ways that you could say it, but most people would just say Diana, I think. But let's see what our card is. And actually, okay. I pulled Loyal Heart, number 35, but I pulled it in protection. So I will read the main meaning, and then I will read the protection message. 35. Perfect. I'm going to put that back in there because I want to take that picture for... All right. So essential meanings: fidelity, loyalty, devotion. The oracle's message: evidence of loyalty will appear in your life. Others will prove that they are faithful to you, and you will in turn commit fully to them. There is a sure and abiding certainty in your heart. Know that Spirit is always loyal to you. No matter the outer circumstances in your life, trust and have faith, for you are eternally loved, always divinely protected, and divinely directed. The prosperity message: your long-term loyalty to your goals is becoming evident to the world of conditions where your aspirations for success assume form in reality. Success is finally taking shape. If you are loyal to your dreams, faithful to your plans, while remaining flexible and devoted to serving others, you will be shown proof of your true prosperity. This is a time for joyful I was reading the prosperity message, not the protection message. I saw the P and started reading. Jeepers. Protection message. So this is the message for you, Diana. And yes, I'm definitely without a headache today. It's very nice, and I'm looking forward to going for a walk with the pups shortly. And there's some mist or fog out there. It looks like it's going to be quite an interesting morning. Protection message: are you stubborn or overly tenacious about an idea, or have you become so attached to something that you just don't know how to let it go? We'd get into that state a lot. Could it be that it's become so much a part of you that you wouldn't know who you are without it? Now is the time to look at outdated beliefs, old ideas, and misplaced loyalties. Betrayal is only a signal that it is time to prune away all who don't deserve your trust and have no place in your life. Be new, think new, and open your heart to new things. Let go of the old and all your attachments. Spirit has some plans for you. Make some room. When we let go of things, that's how we give ourselves room for new stuff, right? I talk about that all the time when I've said before, if I don't like my cup, if I'm holding on to this cup, I can't have another cup right here, right? I can't hold on to a cup in this hand if I'm holding on to this one. I have to let go of this cup to get a different cup that I like, that fits me better. So it's the same thing with your job. It's the same thing with relationships. It's the same thing with everything in your life. Things can't occupy the same space. If you want something new, you have to let go of the old to allow it in. but we cling so tightly to it because I'm holding this cup and I'm like, I like it. It's maybe not my favorite, but I like it. And if I let it go, what if the next thing that comes worse? What if I don't ever have another cup that fills its place? What if I can't find a cup, right? We get stuck in that kind of mindset with like relationships and jobs. Well, what if I let go of this job and I don't get something better? What if I get something worse? Well, in that sense, if something worse came out of the experience, like of switching from like letting go of the thing that you have, there's a lesson or there's something that you need inherently to work on within you so that that stuff doesn't keep showing up, that you don't keep getting those lessons, right? When we heal ourselves, that's when we stop getting the lesson. The lesson is to teach you where your authenticity is, where your love is, where your boundaries are, what you tolerate, what you don't tolerate, what you like, what you don't like. We learn those through our experiences and become more and more authentic to ourselves and more love to ourselves. And that's how so don't be afraid to let things go. Okay. Because that's where you let the new stuff in. So I've made it pretty much almost an hour. We're at 50 minutes. It's probably one of the longest lives that I've had in the morning, but I'll probably be doing about an hour-long live each morning to do these oracle card pulls, depending on how many people show up. And if you are interested in learning anything else or finding out more about me, just send me a message and we can get into a conversation. I do have a Calendly link that's posted out there. So if you do want to have a conversation, I can give you my Calendly link and you can book a call and we can have a talk. Or if you want to sign up, I do an oracle card reading. Sometimes I offer it for free, but when it's not free, I charge $40 for the reading, Canadian. So if you're anywhere else, it's much cheaper for sure. So that's that. But stay tuned. I'll have more stuff that I'm posting out shortly. And I just want to let you know that I love you and thank you for joining me this morning. And I hope you have a beautiful Wednesday. I'll keep having to say the day so I remember it is Wednesday. It feels weird. It feels like a different time and space because I drove for 2 days over the weekend. So I feel like my weekend wasn't really the same kind of weekend. So I feel a little bit off and plus the first being on a Tuesday just kind of threw me off. But it is Wednesday, November 2nd. So I hope you have a wonderful day and I love you. And thank you for joining me.